28th of February 2019, weeks 3 and 4. Welcome to my plot in East Sussex. But what about the weather? It's been fantastic, hasn't it? In the Polytunnel I've been recording temperatures between 30 and 40 degrees, but minimum temperatures -3 degrees up to 3 degrees. And there's been some highs and there's been some lows. The lows is that, well, I'm really embarrassed about it, so embarrassed about it I don't really want to talk about it, but all it does is signify the importance of labelling your seeds during this time, because embarrassing situations like what I've experienced occur. But more of that, you'll see that when you see what I've been doing over the week. The seed blocking has been, I would say, successful. I think I finished the learning curve now. It's a pity I didn't see Nick Allotment's upload recently. I've not been looking at any YouTube at all for the past fortnight, just odd glances at it, but generally speaking I've just been concentrating on the things that I've had to do. It's part of the learning curve, and I now know how to make the blocks correctly, first time, finish, up, done with. And I've had some success, and that's the highs in seeds. I mean, I only started planting the seeds at the beginning of the week, and now I've actually got them sprouting and showing. And it's showing at least the difference between the ordinary compost and the moss compost. It's a pity I didn't do the one with the coir, but we'll probably get that next week. So let's get on with showing you what I've been doing 3rd and 4th week of February. Oh, tomorrow's the first day of spring. But here we go. On my last upload, I showed the making of a new sign for the gate, which displays my current mantra of no plastic would be fantastic. And therefore, my first task this week is to fix it to the gate. The last upload also showed the made soil blocks ruined by my failed use of capillary matting, necessitating making the blocks for the best compost test. Therefore, here we go again, observed by fellow plot holder Dave, who is interested in the process.
We're going to start all over again. So this is the first mix, which is just compost, sand, and that's it. Getting the wetness is the hardest, and it's better to be too wet than too dry. I think this is probably going to be far too wet, but I can always add to it. Okay. Now the next thing now is
making the blocks. With the demonstration shown on YouTube, it shows the blocker being scraped against the side of the tray, but this is rounded and it doesn't really work. I've resorted to using a trowel.
press, squeeze, the water comes out, and then lift.
As I said in the intro, if I'd have seen Nick Allotment's episode on block making, I wouldn't have had this problem. With the bright sunshine and where he was stood, Dave was having a problem seeing the dimples formed to take the seeds, so I pointed them out with a pencil. First set of seeds sown, cabbage greyhound, tray cleared, and the second batch of compost, mixed based on peat, compost and lime. No problems forming the next block, and another batch of cabbage greyhound were sown. On completion of seed sowing, the seeds were placed in the mini greenhouse, the theory being with the cold nights, the second covered area would retain its ambient heat longer. That was as far as I could go at the moment on the plot. I would have preferred to mix the coy compost, but planning applications made, letters written, bags packed, and then off to Oxford. The coy had been put to soak in a bucket of water prior to the Oxford trip, so it would be ready on my return. The first day back on the plot was an early start to sift the biochar. Never used this stuff before, but expecting a finer material. I found the rotary sieve a useful tool to help the process along. Four handfuls of coy deposited in the tray, followed by 4 handfuls of sand, half a cup of biochar and half a cup of dolomite lime, all mixed together. And then water added. I now have another curious plot holder interested in what I am doing, resulting in the answering of a few questions. Blocks made, seed sown, all covered over with vermiculite and safely put to bed. The date of this seed sowing is the 24th of February 2019. Dave showed me a bucket of biochar he bought as a garden sale last year. I think this is more like how I imagined biochar to be. This is Sunday afternoon, no one around, a good day for a bonfire, and this pile has been here since October, and today will be a good day to get rid of it. And this is how I left it in the evening, smouldering. Not much of it left next morning, and I soon cleared it away. A couple of weeks back, my eldest daughter had made a celeriac soup, which was nice, but I thought the celery flavour had been lost with the seasoning. Therefore, a request was made for a couple of celeriac tubers to make the new Tom Kerridge recipe on his new television programme. I have to say it was to my liking. Very subtle with cream, thyme and truffle oil. Delish. Can recommend. The broad beans that sold last November are gone. The green shoots were picked off by birds or eaten by the field mice. My fault. I did not use any coffee grounds or cover the bed with enviro mesh. Now would be opportune to sow some into the 2-inch blocks. I first used the dimple plate, but decided to change this plate over and try the mortise plate. The date for sowing these beans aqua dulce is also the 24th of February 2019. As I said before, the weather is decidedly spring-like, and at home my good wife, like many other residents, was spending time in their gardens tidying up the garden and including a spot of weeding. Returning home after attending the bonfire, I was asked what I thought of her efforts. Very good, my love, I replied. Funny thing, she says, one of the beds had a lot of thick green weeds. Don't know what they were, but they smelt of onions. What? I cried. Where are they? In the compost bag. Heavens, my onions! These are what I thought were my onions, but there's no onions sown here. I've been nurturing just compost. An identical tray with sown onions in has been emptied onto a flower bed as a mulch. These are not weeds, but my onions, and I thought I cannot grow onion. Oh! One bit of good news is my greyhound cabbages have fired. The ones sown in the peat, compost and sand, they look the best. It really feels like spring has sprung when the daffs and tulips appear. Gives a good warm feeling. Well, that's it for this week. Like the bag? For today's dinner. Yep, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you've not already done so. But do please comment. And I'll see you next week, hopefully. So, take care. Bye.